Welcome.
Hello.
This is Alyssa. I'm Forrest, and we're doing an Avengers Endgame spoiler full review. We just saw the movie last night,
Yes.
and man, whoo, that was great. Oh man, I'm just still like reeling from it. I'm still thinking about it, and I just had to make a video to post on this second channel for anyone interested, because I always love watching people talk about Endgame. And, you guys might enjoy this. If not, if it's not your thing, click away, whatever. But I want to talk about it. I want to document my feelings on it right now, because I feel like I just witnessed, like, a piece of history.
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to just record our reactions to it, and this is something we can show our kids, 20 years from now. Like, look at mom and dad, Look what they were like after they saw this epic... Because it's, like, on that level of, like, Star Wars, or, like... I don't even know. It's like on the level of Star Wars. It's just crazy. I feel like it was like the cinematic event of the decade. This and with Infinity War. Oh my god. Chills.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. What do you have to say about it? Just right off the bat before we start getting into it, like beat by beat.
Like, it's just crazy. Like the energy like surrounding this movie and like all the fans being excited about it is just like wild. It's like breathtaking. It's so cool.
Yeah.
To like be like one of them and like be there and like every like the energy in like the movie theater and like
yeah,
it's crazy.
Good.
Like even before you get into the actual like theater, like you like just you just know everyone's like around like there to like watch it,
Yeah.
Like I was standing next to this guy like in line to get like food. And like I was like, what are you seeing? And he was like, oh my god, what do you think I'm seeing? Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh my god, me too. Like so yeah, it's just like super cool.
And we didn't even go like opening night either.
Yeah, we went Friday.
That was the only tickets we could get.
Yeah.
At 3:30.
Yeah. So yeah, it's super awesome.
I woke up like super early the day the tickets went on sale, like a month ago or whatever, and I thought I was being real smart and was gonna get them, but they were gone like for all the IMAX screenings on Thursday night. So I snatched up the soonest available IMAX after that, and that was Friday. So yeah, it's Saturday now. It's Saturday, April 27th at 9:30, Missouri time.
Yes.
Missouri. All right, let's get into it. No more chit chat. We got this nice little summary here, so we're gonna read through the summary and kind of just like get our reactions, because it's the summary to the entire film essentially. And just warning you again, spoilers. I know a lot of people still haven't seen it because tickets are so hard to get, and not everybody has a theater in their area. So I implore you, don't spoil yourself. It's not worth it. Just wait. Click off this. Watch this later after you've seen the movie. Please don't let me be the person who spoils the movie for you.
Yeah, because the stuff that happens in the movie, like it's just so good. Like to like see it, like
exactly.
Like without being spoiled.
This isn't just any movie. Okay, this is a special event. A special event. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I mean,
yeah, it's 3 hours long. 3 hour, like if you can't sit through 3 hours to like watch like the greatest movie ever.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, it's definitely in my top like 5 favorite movies of all time at this point.
Yeah.
All right. So, the movie opens with the snap moment with Hawkeye losing his family. And I kind of figured that was how the movie was going to start, just from seeing like trailers and stuff. And so I was kind of ready for that. Like, he's going to lose his whole family, and that's why he got the crazy haircut and, is being a crazy badass samurai warrior or whatever. But it still hit me really hard at the beginning. It was sad the way it happened.
It sucks that like every single person in his family, like his wife.
What are the odds?
Yeah, 5 people in his family, and 4 of them, like
he was the only one left.
And like and it's crazy that he'd be the only one left. Like that also like begs the question. It's like there's probably like other families where like the baby was like the only one who like lived. Like you know what I mean?
That's scary to think about. Yeah, you're totally right.
Like if you have like a family of like parents and like a baby, it's like the 2 parents like could have just disappeared.
Or like pilots like in an aircraft up in the air. Like if both the pilots got dusted, the whole plane's gonna go down.
Yeah, like that's why like Earth was like a big like shithole. Like after like like nothing, like there was nothing was going on. It was all just like very and like sad.
Yeah, because that's how it would be. It totally would be this just like sad place, and like that's something that Thanos. We're jumping ahead a bit, but the Thanos just couldn't comprehend that, because he he's so detached from his like emotions and his feeling. He's so like logical and clinical about his approach that he assumes everyone else is like that, and like they'll just be able to move on and the universe will be grateful. It's like, no, dude, like that's gonna mentally scar and fuck up the entire generation.
Yeah, like not even like just like emotionally, just like it's gonna like it fucks everything up.
It fucks so much shit up, and he's just so wrong. Okay, so yeah, and then we transition into space with Tony and Nebula. Tony's looking all gaunt and stuff. Like, I like that. I guess they did some CGI on him, but he looked like he was just like really frail and weak. And that was cute how they're like hanging out and like playing like, you know.
Yeah, I thought that was together. Cool.
That was cool. And then Captain Marvel comes and saves them.
Yeah,
that was sweet.
I love Captain Marvel.
I really liked the movie Captain Marvel too. I thought it was so well done, like just really expertly handled. I really like Captain Marvel. I really like Brie Larson. A lot of people like seem to not be into it, but I dug it, and Alyssa definitely dug it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So seeing her come save them was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, good on her. Good on you, Captain Marvel. Brings them to Earth. Then they all get together. You know, Cap and Tony have their kind of reconciliation moment, and then they decide that they're gonna go fuck Thanos shit in. They're just like, let's go get this son of a bitch. And I saw that, you know, that was one of the clips they released before the movie came out, where Cap's like, let's get this son of a bitch. And you're just like, ooh, yeah, let's go get him.
Yeah, like, that part, like, hit me, like, right in the feels. So I was like, oh my god.
Because, you know, Cap, he hardly ever curses or, you know, does anything untoward.
Yeah,
you know?
That's like his thing, is that he, like, doesn't curse. Like, you know.
So, you know, shit's getting real when Captain America's breaking out the swear words. So
I'm getting emotional just like thinking about like what happens.
They're trying to get the stones from Thanos, but Thanos reveals that he's destroyed them. And I like the bit where she's like, you know, my father is a lot of things, but he's not a liar. And you're like, oh shit, you're right. Like, he doesn't lie. Like, he is so like upfront about like everything he does that you're like, damn, he really destroyed these stones. Like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Yeah. You know, like at least I was like that, because I knew there was time travel involved, just from like press and things and just like interviews I watched, and you know, I gleaned that there was going to be time travel, you know, in the movie. So I knew that's what they were going to do. So I kind of slightly got spoiled on a few things, like just by casually browsing the internet. I wasn't even trying to, but you know, it's just inevitable. But that's fine, you know, that's not a huge spoiler because I was really excited to see the time travel, which was dope. So they murder Thanos like right off the bat.
Yeah, that was really unexpected for me. Like how they like so easily like overpowered him. Like I thought it was gonna be like a big like fight. Like I thought that he was just gonna like overpower them.
Well, without the stones, he doesn't really stand a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that was really unexpected. Like how like Thor just like cut off his head. Like, you know, like just right away. Like I was like I thought like, you know, like I felt like that was gonna eventually happen, like at the end of the movie. Like I didn't think that he was just gonna be so like
iced. And Thanos was so accepting of it too. Like he knew he was gonna, you know, he was living on borrowed time. Like, cause he destroyed the stones and he's all fucked up on the side of his face, almost died.
Yeah.
From that anyway, and then he was just like so accepting because like he knew they were gonna come down and track his ass down and murder him. But like he did what he you know, he did his life's mission. Like that was his whole like thing. So like he was happy when he died. So it's kind of cool that there's almost like two versions of Thanos. There's like the Thanos that thinks he won, and there's the Thanos who lost. And it was kind of cool seeing his emotional, I'm jumping ahead a bit, but you know, his emotional reactions to both things.
Should we talk about our opinions about like specific characters, or should we like wait, or like just keep going? Like, beat by beat?
I guess we can just go beat by beat, and then we can talk about like our closing thoughts and stuff. Yeah, on the characters and such. Well, what did you want to say?
Well, I was just gonna say like Thanos is just like so like, I mean, this is like obvious, but Thanos is just so like wrong, because like you kind of have the opinion that like, oh yeah, Thanos is like right, like he like, you know, he had a reason for doing that, but I'm just like, it's so like blatantly just like obviously like wrong.
Well, yeah, it's wrong, and he's not like, I just liked how in Infinity War he was just like so like unemotional about it. Like it wasn't like a personal thing for him until like the next movie. Until in Endgame you realized it was more of a personal thing.
Like he's so like dumb.
And like you know, how dumb he was.
He's so stupid. Yeah. Like because it's like if he really like wanted to like if his real goal was to like fix the universe, you know, or like he literally could have made just like made the Earth twice as big to like and like give everyone like twice as much resources. Like, you know what I mean?
Essentially, yeah.
Like why not?
There
like,
are some limits to the stones. I'm not exactly sure what the limits are, but yeah. Yeah, I feel like he could have done that, or at least tried to do that, or create more planets and move people onto those planets. But then you're like separating people. I don't know. I get his like logic that it's just simpler to do the snap and just like kill all half of life. But the thing is too, like even if like the universe had been grateful and they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Like we would have repopulated over the next few hundred years anyway. Like we would be in the exact same place we are now, like in a few hundred years. So, or even less time. I don't know. Because like if you look at the population jump from like the beginning of humanity until now, like the population's like spiked super high in like the past like few decades. Okay, so they kill Thanos. Thor chops his fucking head off. That's sweet. That's like, you know, only the opening scene pretty much. Then they skip 5 years into the future.
Yeah, that's wild.
I knew they were gonna do a kind of a time jump, which is why I was surprised that like everybody was like still like Black Widow still had her hair and stuff at the beginning. I was like, oh, I thought the time jump was gonna happen at the beginning of the movie, but they showed kind of what the events after the fallout of Infinity War at the head of this movie, and then they do the 5-year time jump, which is just so brutal because like you know these characters have been living with this failure for 5 years. It's especially hard on Tony, but hard on everyone. Ant-Man, you know, he didn't get to see his daughter grow up.
Well, Ant-Man was one of the disappeared. Remember?
Yeah, well, he was trapped inside his little like small universe.
Oh, okay.
Did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes.
Well, at the end of that movie, he gets trapped in the quantum realm.
Oh.
And so everyone thinks he died.
Okay, sorry.
From
I'm not. Like,
no, it's okay.
I forgot.
Yeah, no, it's really complicated. There's lots of levels to this shit.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of know. You gotta watch. That's the thing with this movie too. Like, I'm hesitant to call it like the best movie of all time or whatever because it's almost like not even a movie. I kind of consider it like a really well produced, like super long episode of TV, or just like it's such a. You have to see all these other movies to get this movie. It doesn't stand on its own. But that doesn't mean it's not a movie or anything. It's just like you have to see these other movies. It's part of a longer narrative. It's not a closed loop. The Avengers are split into different parts of the universe. Scott Lang re-enters from the quantum realm, having time travel. He explains this to Captain America and Black Widow. They all try to enlist Tony Stark, but he refuses. He doesn't want to lose Pepper or his new daughter Morgan. So he's got a daughter now.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I was like thinking like, is Pepper Potts like hit menopause yet?
Yeah, they look like
old, right?
Like,
I mean, I know Tony's
like
50. Old, but like, I don't know how old Gwyneth Paltrow is. But I guess I buy it. I mean, she could have been like, they could have had like a someone to carry the kid,
like a surrogate,
like a surrogate mother or something. Yeah, so it's definitely possible. Or Tony Stark could have like done some kind of science shit on her like womb to make it like, you know, still feasible. Because like having a child at that age is like dangerous too.
You shouldn't have like a baby after like 35.
Yeah, and she's definitely older than 35.
Yeah.
But you know that was cool. It was really cool to see Tony as a dad. Yeah, and his kid was really sweet. I really liked like that actress was really good. It just was really like nice to see him with like a family, and like that's what he needed this whole time. And like he was like a whole like complete person, but he was still obviously very scarred from this experience. You know, like it was obvious that he was like afraid. You know, and he should be. Thanos really fucked his shit in. The team then finds Bruce Banner, the Hulk, who has found a balance between the Hulk and, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't think that was going to happen.
That was really funny.
I heard that like the Hulk was like talking now in this movie, like from something on Twitter or something. Like, so it was like a slight spoiler, but I didn't realize it was to this extent.
He had like a sweater, like a shirt.
And the CGI on him looked really good. Like, it was like indistinguishable from real life. Like, they're getting so good at this like CGI stuff. Yeah, he just had like cute like big clothes on and stuff, and he's just like really sweet, you know, like how Bruce Banner is, but he's like this big, you know, mass of Hulk.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So I thought that was really cool. And then yeah, he's down to help them. So they start working on the time machine, and Tony does his own like schematics like on his own time, and he like cracks the code, and he's like, "Oh shit, I just discovered time travel." Like he has to sit back in his chair. I thought that was a good moment. I really liked that. They have a failed test where Scott changes ages. Yeah, but then Tony like helps them with that. He makes a deal with Cap. If they do this time travel plan, he can't lose Morgan and Potts, which obviously, you know, they agree. Then they Hawkeye, you know, is a samurai master guy. He's like, and like they have to convince them to come back or whatever.
Is this not skipping anything?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure I'm leaving some stuff out. It's such a long movie. This is just a brief summary. The entire team, save Captain Marvel, then travels to 3 different points in time to get all 6 stones, which I thought is really cool. I loved how like they split up to go in. You know, that way we can have different action beats to cut to, so it's not one long scene. You know, like that's kind of what they needed to do for like Suicide Squad. Because I feel like if they had done that in Suicide Squad, if they had come up with a reason for the team to split up, it would have kept the movie moving a little bit more. But since the whole team in Suicide Squad's together the entire time, it's like you're just following one narrative, and it gets kind of stale. I still really love Suicide Squad. I thought Suicide Squad was a lot of fun, and Margot Robbie is excellent, and Will Smith was really good. But yeah, like it does suffer a little bit at the end of the second act, where it's like, all right, come on, get on with it. But this movie didn't have that problem at all. Like every scene was, I mean, I guess like the Thor like Asgard stuff, I wasn't super like invested in, like with his mom, just because I don't really like. I mean, Thor's cool, but I don't really like buy him as like a real character. Kind of, he's okay, but I wasn't like super like interested in the Asgard stuff that Thor was doing, and like, but him being like fat and stuff was really funny. Like that was like
chubby Thor,
like, and he's playing Fortnite and he's like a frat boy. That's like perfect for his character. And he's like popping beer bottles on his like hammer and shit. Like that was awesome.
Oh my god, I just remembered something. I want to like skip to something, but we'll wait. Okay,
yeah. There's so much to unpack here. We're only really scraping the surface with this review, but so yeah, yeah, I actually went to the bathroom at a certain point. Only one time during the movie I went to the bathroom, and I was really quick about it. But it was during one of the Asgard scenes where I was like, I could probably skip out on this real quick. And like AJ was like, we went with a big group of friends, and like AJ was in the stall next to me, or he was in the urinal next to me, and he's like, yeah, dude, that Asgard scene was boring. I'm like, yeah, like we both had the same idea when to go to the bathroom. Because I wasn't gonna dehydrate myself. A lot of people were like, yeah, I'm not drinking any water. I'm gonna dehydrate the fuck out of myself, and like I want to be comfortable when I watch a good movie. I want to have like a nice like soda with me and like some popcorn. Like, I'm not gonna.
I didn't dehydrate myself, but I did have to pee.
Yeah, and like, I don't want to have to pee like Alyssa.
Like an hour and a half into the movie, like halfway through, like I was like, ooh, I guess like I kind of have to pee, but like it's not that bad. But like as the movie like went on, I was like,
that's the worst.
Like I was like, oh, like I have to pee. Like, but
and you're trying to enjoy the sequence. Yeah, I want to be super comfortable the whole time. I feel like they should have had an intermission.
But like there was no way I was gonna get up. Like
yeah, right.
There's no way I was gonna miss a second of fucking of Endgame. Like absolutely not.
Right. Anya.
Like
yeah.
Because so much is going on. Like, you get up for 1 second, and then you miss, like
I feel like I left at a good point.
Yeah.
I don't think I missed hardly anything.
But I feel like that was, like, the only, like, calm moment. Like, in the whole movie.
Pretty good at discerning, like, when to leave for the bathroom, generally. Sometimes I do miss things if I go to the bathroom once or twice during a film. But yeah, with that, it worked out well. And then, you get to see that scene later, when it comes out in video. Or I'll probably go see it in the theater again. You kind of have to budget like a whole day for it, though. It's such a long movie, and then it's takes such an emotional toll on you.
Yeah, because like
Yeah, or you just have to like get a drink afterwards because you're just like, fuck, dude. I like you feel like you've just been fucked. Like that's what the movie makes you feel like.
But in a good way.
But yeah, a really good fuck. Yeah. So Tony, Ant-Man, Hulk, and Cap go to New York to get the Time Stone, Mind Stone, and Space Stone. Cap successfully tricks the SHIELD Hydra agents to give him the scepter. That was really cool. That was a really good moment where he's like, "Hail Hydra," and they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
Yeah, I love that.
That was
my
great.
God! And then like
those fucking idiots, dude.
Because like that, because remember in like that scene in like the Captain America movie, like they have like that whole like elevator like fight scene or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like little did Steve know he could have just avoided that whole situation by just being like.
Yeah, right. He didn't know at the time, but like, it was cool to see them like not make those same mistakes.
Oh my God! And then Cap fights himself.
Oh yeah.
That was like the best.
That was dope.
That was great.
They did such a good job with the visual effects. It was so seamless to me. Like I didn't see one visual effect. I mean, I'm not a big fan of like the look of the nanotech armor that Iron Man has in both Infinity War and this. Like it just looks too glossy. Like there's not enough contrast or something. Like when you compare it to the original Iron Man, like the first Iron Man by Jon Favreau, that CGI is flawless. Like the metal looks like metal. It's incredible. And like this is like, I guess they're going for like a smoother different texture kind of look, but just something about how sorry about that. Something about how like the light hits it. It was just weird to me, but that's not really a criticism, or just like a creative choice. But the VFX was flawless. I mean, I can't wait to see all the breakdowns and stuff that come out following this movie's release to video. But it's so much fun to like watch those things and just see like the process of I mean, thousands and thousands of people worked on this thing. Like it's the culmination of so many man hours of talent and effort, like, and money and time, like, that was put into creating this like event for like all these people to watch. It's so spectacular. I mean, you really see the magic of cinema when you go into this theater and see, 100 people behind you like captivated by this film. It's a 3-hour film, and in this day and age where people are addicted to their smartphones and stuff, like, it's so cool to just be able to sit in a theater and all collectively witness an event like this. I mean, what else does that? I mean, not even sports games really do that, because you're on your phone checking the scores and Twitter and stuff during sports games. Like, what else like captures everyone's attention for such a long 3 hours? Like, that's crazy to me. Like, just like the amount of skill and combined effort and manpower and just like engineering is just baffling and inspiring to me in such a big way. So Hulk goes to talk to Doctor Strange, only to find out he's not the Sorcerer Supreme yet. Hulk convinces the other Sorcerer Supreme, Tilda Swinton, I forgot her character's name, but convinces Tilda Swinton to reinsert to take the stone as long as he promises to bring it back, which I thought was a really good scene. I think Tilda Swinton's like such a fine, like, incredible, like, calculated but also warm like actor. Like, she's so good in every role I've ever seen her in, and just like also Benedict Cumberbatch. She's another like just like true like thespian like performer that every word they say, you just buy it. Like you don't ever question the legitimacy of like any project they're in. They're like, yep, that's that character. And yeah, to have her in this movie, you gave it like definitely like a lot more like legitimacy, and just like, because some of the actors are like their performances are slightly questionable, and with a cast this large, that's going to happen. It's just also personal preference too, but I just think Tilda Swinton's just an excellent actor, and like that was a really cool like scene where she's like, I'll give this to you, but you got to promise to like bring it back. And he's like, okay, like, they're taking it really seriously. And how she knew that like he was down the 20 blocks like operating or whatever at that time.
I love that.
And how she's like, yeah, you're 5 years too early. Like, she knew everything. Like, it was so cool. And how she was like battling, or her and all the other what do you call them, warlocks or whatever, sorcerers. They were all like, fighting the Chitauri, during the Battle of New York. It was cool. It was cool to see alternate perspectives in New York, because like that's such an iconic movie, the first Avengers, 2012, where like seeing them after the fact, like after they capture Loki, was like, oh, that's what happened like after the movie ended and stuff. And it was cool. That was really sweet for me. I just love time travel movies, and I was so excited when I knew this was going to be a time travel movie, because I was like, this is going to be fun, dude, and it was.
Have we gotten to like Cap fighting himself again?
Well, yeah, we kind of touched on that. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, and then like it was really funny how like Cap got like kind of annoyed at himself, because like Cap is always like says like kind of like snarky like things, like, and then like
I can do this all day.
Yeah, and like that Cap was like, I know, like like why do I say that?
Yeah, right.
And then like he was like Bucky's alive. Like he like told him, and then he was like, what? And like that like threw him off, and like
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he thought it was Loki too. Like that was dope. That made sense. Like, yeah, that was sweet.
And then like he found the picture of like Peggy. He was like, where did you get this?
Yeah. That was wild. Crazy. I like how in the fight scene, one of them, the original, like the first, the 2012 version had his hat on, or his helmet, and the other one, the R version was like had his hat off, so you could tell the difference between them. Yeah. That was cool.
I love Captain America so much. I could talk about it.
I love their suits, like their time travel suits. It just like morphs into whatever suit they're wearing at that time, so they can blend in and stuff. I thought that was really neat concept. Tony and Ant-Man attempt to get the Tesseract, but fail. Cap and Tony then remember they can get the Pym particles and the Tesseract in 1970, so they take a risk and try to go get it. Yeah, that was cool too. How they worked in the Pym particles and how they only have so much and they can only do one jump each. I thought that was cool. And then like I was thinking, I was like, one of them is gonna fail. And then before it happened, I was like, they're gonna have to go back in time again using their last Pym particles to get more Pym particles and a stone. And like that happened, and I was like, yeah, that's like just smart, because not everything can work. There has to be like wrenches thrown in there.
Mm-hmm.
They successfully do it, yeah. So like, and it was cool to have like Tony get that closure kind of with his father, like back in the day.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot
sweet.
about that part.
Yeah, that was like a moment for sure.
Yeah, because he was like, it's like like his wife's pregnant like with Tony, like and he was like, he's not even born yet, but there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, and like that like gave Tony like this like sense of like, oh, my dad like like does love me and everything.
Yeah, he needed that.
Yeah,
for sure. Thor and Rocket go to Asgard to get the Ether Reality Stone. Thor gets encouragement from his mom. Rocket gets the stone. That's the part I missed. I was only gone for probably 4 minutes or something though. Like less than that maybe. Black Widow and Hawkeye go to Vormir to get the Soul Stone, realize a sacrifice must be made, and they fight to die for the other. That was cool. I liked how they both knew someone was gonna have to die.
Oh my god.
But they were fighting for it,
Yeah.
That was dope. that was just heroes on display.
I literally cried my eyes out.
Mm-hmm. Is that the first time I cried? I think that might have been the first time.
The first time I cried was pretty early on. I just cried a lot through the whole movie.
Yeah, you cried at the Hawkeye.
Yeah, I cried at the
Hawkeye family. Yeah.
And then I cried when Ant-Man saw his daughter again.
Oh, that was pretty emotional. Yeah, that was hard. Yeah. It's like, you're big now.
But yeah, I definitely cried full having to I try to not be too loud during the Black Widow scene
I know, right? Because you don't want to be annoying, but you're also these are the emotions I'm feeling right now. I'm gonna have to cry. If I need to cry, I'm gonna cry.
He was holding on to the rock and holding onto her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And and she was like, "It's okay," or whatever she said.
Some people were saying that when Hulk did the snap to bring everybody back, he could have brought Black Widow back, and she just didn't show up for that fight scene. But I don't think that's true. I think when you sacrifice yourself with Vormir, it's part of the eternal universe. You can't bring someone back who's done the sacrifice. That's why Gamora didn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
She came back, but through Thanos,
yeah.
The old version of Gamora, but she doesn't have any of her memories of the Guardians, which is kind of crazy to think about. What Guardians 3 is going to be like with they all have these memories with her, but she's like, who are you guys, basically?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I think Black Widow's donezo. She's gone. Black Widow sacrifices herself for the stone. War Machine and Nebula go to fight the Power Stone. Or War Machine and Nebula go to find the Power Stone from Star-Lord. They get it. As they're leaving, Nebula gets caught by that timeline's Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool how they switched places. She took the pieces off herself and used them to fool. I thought that was good.
I love Nebula's transformation, or not transformation, but her development throughout these movies. Because in the first movie that she's in is Guardians 1, mm-hmm. which is the biggest bitch ever. You hate her, she's awful. I was she was I just hated her so bad. And I love Karen Gillan. And I was why did they have to make Karen Gillan look this awful bitch?
Yeah, because you're a fan of her from
Doctor Who,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because she's so nice in Doctor Who, she's just this really adventurous, sweet girl.
Yeah.
In Doctor Who, and then and she shaved her head for that role. She had this beautiful red hair, and she shaved her head to be Nebula.
And she's got to shave her head for a while, I guess, right?
Yeah. And so I was oh my god, I can't believe Karen Gillan fucking shaved her head for this role. And I was just mad. I was bitter. But
That's so funny.
And then now Nebula's one of my favorites. I love her. She's come so far, And I thought that was really cool. Old new Nebula looking at herself as she used to be. And
yeah.
and being oh that like that's what like Thanos like did to me, like, you know what I mean, and like I'm recovering from like my dad, like dude, like, you know what I mean, because she was so loyal to him, you know,
right,
and like now like I thought that was so lit, like
yeah, there's good emotional payoffs for all the characters in this movie, like really a juggling act. It's like keeping 14 balls in the air at the same time,
yeah,
which is really impressive.
Sorry, I'm on my phone, I'm just trying to post this.
That's okay. Post away. He sends alternate Nebula forward in time in her place. They then utilize the stones to revert the snap. It works, but as it does, alternate Nebula lets Thanos' mothership in. Yeah, so like it worked, you know, and like the Hulk does the snap, and they bring everyone back, and then right as that happens, Thanos comes in really strong and starts just blows the fuck out of their like their Endgame, their Avengers house, you know. Just levels it.
Yeah, that was really devastating. Like,
yeah.
Even, like they really like just showed you like how badly he just like fucked them.
And like poor Rocket's like trapped under rubble and stuff, and he's like trying to hide, can't breathe and shit. I'm surprised no one died from just that initial assault.
That's what I was thinking. Like I was thinking if someone's like dying. Like,
yeah, that was crazy. It works. Yeah. So the team gets attacked and fight breaks out to not let Thanos get the stones. Cap he's all alone, dude. It was so cool how Cap, Thor, and Iron Man, just the three of them together.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in the original Avengers movie, there's that skirmish in the forest where, who was it? I think it was like Iron Man is trying to talk to Loki, and then Thor just comes out of nowhere and sideswipes Iron Man. They start battling, you know, like God versus man, like, you know, God versus machine, like fucking going at it, and they like level this like forest, and then like Cap comes in and throws their shield. He's like, you know, that's enough, you know, and like it's like the shot of the three of them, and it's like, are we done here or whatever? And it's this Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, you know, the Holy Trinity, you know, the Holy Trilogy. Like they're just those are the big bads, you know, on the good side, and to see those three people go against Thanos was just like, holy shit, this is real. Like when I was watching that, I was just like, it was like a roller coaster ride. I was like gripping the edge of my seat. Like I was actually cupping my palms. Sometimes I was holding her hand.
Yeah, like we would
during the
hold
emotional
each other,
scenes,
just like
yeah. But during like the action scenes, I was either like this, like a roller coaster ride, or I was just holding my hands like this, and my hands got all sweaty and stinky and shit.
It was so cool watching it with
so gross.
you.
Yeah, it was cool.
Because I still lived in California when Infinity War came out.
Yeah.
So I was with my friend Megan probably, but like we don't really hold hands or anything.
Yeah.
So like it was cool to have like my babe to like hold on to.
Thank the Lord. Yeah. So they're duking it out, you know, but then like Thor and Iron Man kind of get like knocked out, or, you know, not knocked out, but just like stunned for a few moments, and Cap's like the last man standing. I love how he just stands his ground. You know, Thanos brings his entire army, and he's like about to fuck Cap's shit in, and Cap's just like, he's not moving, dude. He's not going anywhere, dude. You just know he's ready to die right there on that hill. And then that's when they bring everybody, you know, the sorcerers open up all those portals, and all the dead people from the last movie like come back one by one.
Yes.
And you're just like, holy shit, it's happening. and you can see in Thanos' face, he's like, uh-oh. Like, you know, like, yeah, I'd be scared too, motherfucker. Like, you got Black Panther, you got fucking Spider-Man.
That was so lit, like, watching, like, the scene, like, just, like, the camera, like, move from, like, group to group.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Filling it out. I mean, like, the frame's not big enough to capture all these fuckers. Like, it's such an ensemble cast. Like, no matter how big of a shot. Like, if you got a shot encompassing every single character, like, you couldn't even tell who anyone was. It had to be so wide. Like,
oh my god, and then Cap.
They had to move the camera so much to show everybody. It was great.
Cap was like, Avengers assemble, and they all start fucking up, like, Thanos and his whole army.
Backtracking a bit, but when they first go through the time travel portal, Cap gives this, like, amazing, like speech, you know, just, like, that's what, he's, like, the team leader, like, that's what he's meant to do, like, this is just quick, but sincere and inspired, like, little speech about, like, this is our journey, this is the fight of our lives, let's fucking do this.
Cap is such a good, like, an amazing character.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's such, like, a beacon of, like, hope and, like, stability, like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you see him, like, if Cap, like, there's a scene, I know, like, this was an Infinity War, but, you know, there's, like, the scene where, like, Wanda, like, this stands out in my mind all the time when, like, I think about her, like, Wanda I forgot what they were doing, but Wanda like looks back and like sees Cap, and like her face just like feels like relief. Like she's just like, oh, like Cap's here, like everything's gonna be okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like Cap is just like that kind of like character. Definitely. Like, you know.
So awesome.
He's so powerful.
He was ready to die right there, but he didn't have to because all his friends came and had his back, and Thor and Iron Man got their shit together and got back up, and they were like, all right, let's fucking do this. And that's the moment when I started getting like serious chills. Like when they fucking both sides started coming together, I was like, oh shit. It was like, you know, the roller coaster, you know, like when you're ding 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 going up and then you're about to go down this huge drop. Like it was fucking crazy, dude. I haven't felt that way in a theater like probably ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was insane. That was crazy. So yeah, the fight breaks out. They're playing keep away with the fucking gauntlet, which is crazy.
Yeah, that was lit.
I love how they're passing it from character to character. Cap picks up Thor's hammer.
Holy shit! Like when I knew I had a feeling that it was Cap. I either thought it was gonna be Cap or Captain Marvel. Like I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be like one.
She's
of
already so
two.
powerful, like, you know, she doesn't even need it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cap definitely needs it because he's not like as powerful as the rest of them.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like, you know, like who's like most like worthy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Cap's mind, his mental fortitude and his like values are so strong. Like that's what's strong about Cap. I mean, what he lacks in the powers department. I mean, he's still tough. Don't get me wrong, but like, you know, in a straight up fight, like Iron Man, you know, would win, and Thor would win probably. You know, it took Bucky and Cap to defeat Iron Man in Civil War, and then obviously Thor would kick his ass. But his mental fortitude, you know, you could see how in Iron Man he was struggling with decisions in this movie and in other movies, and then Thor was obviously a frat boy who was trying to like shirk his responsibilities. Cap's the only one who was like stood strong the entire way. I mean, he's always been like that, and that's why he's such an inspiring character.
I literally like started crying. Like I was crying like most of the movie, but like when what was revealed that it was Cap, like I was like, oh, like of course it's Cap. Like
knocking Thanos' shit in with the hammer.
Yeah, it was
whacking him on the fucking jaw, busting his shit up.
Yeah.
And they're all Thanos was definitely tough as fuck too. I mean, he was delivering some heavy blows to these guys. Not like he was just getting his ass kicked completely. Like he was like, you know, this is it. You know, this is the fight. He's like, oh, these fuckers already got all the stones for me. Like for him, it's like a cheat code, like a time jump. Like he's like, oh, lit. Like I don't even have to collect all the stones. Like these alternate reality douchebags, you know, from his perspective, you know, already got this from me. I'm gonna go and fuck their shit in. And he threw everything he had at them. The sorcerers used their teleport thing to. I guess he picked up the hammer before the sorcerers came in. I don't remember exactly. I got to see it again. But I think he picked up the hammer, and then the people came in. But anyhow, and they all fight. Thanos has his back against the wall. He uses his ship to bomb everything, which is a good moment. The guy's like, Saya, you know, what about our troops or whatever? And Thanos is like, just fucking do it. They're like, just fucking blowing the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a fuck. You know, Thanos is so emotionally detached. He doesn't give a fucking shit, dude. The team then gets attacked and a fight breaks out to not let Thanos get the stones. Oh yeah, I already read this part. Thanos fucking gets the gauntlet, and I'm like, oh shit, get this gauntlet away from this guy. Like he's got it like on his hand, you know?
Yeah, like literally.
I was like, fuck, dude. Can they not? Like I was like, come on.
I know, me too.
Like
I felt like that too.
Like shit, guys. Like this, you're about to fuck all this up. He's got it literally on his hand, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention Captain Marvel comes in and fucking destroys his ship, dude. Like a fucking badass.
Holy fucking shit.
That
you guys,
dope.
Let me talk about this. Like that scene where like, you know, like everyone's kind of confused. Like, why are they firing at the sky? Like they're like Thanos' whole
I knew right away. I was like, I know what they're firing
I didn't know like until like I saw like the light. Like, you know what I mean? Like, coming down from the clouds, you're like, why is she like, what is that? Like,
good luck, dude.
And then she just fucking comes in like, I just love Captain Marvel so much.
She flies through the ship, which she did in her own movie at the end of the movie. She's just flying through Ronin's ships. Like, she can just fly through your ship. Like, don't bring a ship around Captain Marvel, because she will fuck your ship. Like, all she has to do is fucking fly through it, and your whole ship's done.
Like, you don't want Captain Marvel, like, on, like, opposing you. Like,
no,
you know what I mean?
No,
like,
you have to be crazy.
Yeah, like, you know.
I was kind of pissed at it, though, honestly. Like, why did it take her so long to, like, get...
Okay, yeah, that's the thing.
Like, what are you doing that's so important? Like, that literally Thanos has the gauntlet on his hand. Like, get to the fight. Like, she should have been there, like, an hour ago.
Yeah.
Or she should have, honestly, like, time traveled with them.
Yeah.
Because they would have had more of a chance. And, like, maybe fucking Black Widow wouldn't have had to die. I mean, someone would have had to die. Mm-hmm. They didn't know about Vormir or anything. So, like, they kind of just bring, like, some, like, you know... I guess it has to be a loved one. I don't know what it's like, you know, what the rules are exactly. Mm-hmm. But it just sucks that it had to be Black Widow, you know?
I wasn't expecting that. I knew I was thinking, like, Cap or Tony were gonna die. Like, those were, like, the only two that I was like, oh, yeah. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they died. But, like, I was really surprised when, like, Natasha died. Because, like, you know...
She got her fucking head busted out.
I liked Natasha before, but now I definitely, like, love Natasha. She's, like, one of my favorite characters.
There's some blood in this movie, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting, like, when Thanos gets his head fucking chopped off, you could see, like, blood squirting out of his neck hole and shit. Mm-hmm. And then, like, when she died, like, there's a big pool of bright red blood, like, around her head. I was like, damn, she's dead.
Yeah.
Like, she's
dead.
She's a goner. But it wasn't that sad, because it was, like, for me, like, it's sad that she's not around anymore, but for me, it's, like, she chose that. She wanted to do that. Like, and that was, like, her purpose, her way of serving the team. Because, I mean, like, she doesn't have superpowers. She doesn't really have a family, even. You know, like,
Clint has a family, has, like, a wife and, like, 3 kids.
Right.
Like,
and she's the obvious choice. It is still sad, though, for sure.
She's just such, like, a strong, like, dutiful, like, person. Like, and she, earlier in the movie, she was saying, you know, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. gave her, like, a family, and S.H.I.E.L.D. gave her, like, a purpose.
That was her family.
Yeah, like...
That was her purpose.
Yeah, because, like, before she would, like, she didn't have that, you know, she was, like, what, like, being an assassin, or, like, you know...
Yeah, she was, like, a Russian spy.
Yeah, like, not, like, serving, like, what she wanted to, and, like, now she's, like, feels like, you know... yeah, I just love her, like, a lot now.
It was cool when Captain Marvel went head-to-head with Thanos as well. Mm-hmm. She was knocking his shit in.
Yeah.
That was pretty powerful.
Did we get to the part where, like... all those women were like...
Oh, yeah, that happened,
holy
too.
Shit.
That was a good moment.
Like, when, like, Spider-Man, like, Captain Marvel saved Spider-Man or something. Mm-hmm. And then, like...
That was a real, like, fan service moment.
It was so lit.
It was perfect, though.
I was literally, like, sitting there, like, watching it, like, shaking, being, like, a tear running down my face, just, like... Am I really watching this right now? Like, is this happening before my eyes?
Good.
Like, all, like, you know, like, Captain Marvel, and then they're just, like, oh, like... The camera just, like, keeps, like, panning to, like, a different woman. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And, like, just woman after... And you think it's gonna, like, stop, but, like, it doesn't for, like,
it's
a while.
It's, like, 7 or 8 chicks.
Yeah.
Like, ready to fucking kick ass, dude.
Yeah. Like, it was so good. Like,
I want to see a whole movie with them.
Like, literal chills, like, going through my body. Like, it was so good. Like,
that was fucking sexy, too.
Yeah.
Like, they're all hot. You know what I mean? And having them all in the frame together, and they're all about to kick Thanos' shit in, I'm like... Damn, I'm getting kind of turned on a little bit.
But it's just so powerful too. Like, you know, like being like a woman, like seeing that, like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, it is sexy, but it's also like, holy shit, like, oh my god, like.
I'm just saying from like a guy's perspective, you know what I mean?
And then like that girl has like a fucking Pegasus. Sexy.
And she's got the Pegasus, dude.
Oh my
She's
Lord.
flying around, chopping dudes' heads off.
Yeah.
Like,
Like you know, just like seeing like a new woman like every like second. I was just like
Like if I was Thanos, I'd just stop. Like, just like you're gonna lose, dude. Like regroup. Mm-hmm. Like try to like save your life because like they're gonna win. Like you have to. He's so ignorant and just like not ignorant, but like so like confident and just like so like determined and like stubborn that like he like doesn't see retreat as an option. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like he should have, if he wanted to service his goal, he should have retreated and regrouped and rethought his process because he was so like. Just straight up, like, let's fight.
He's so, like, arrogant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like...
No strategy whatsoever. Just throw everything you have at these teams. It's like, no, like, the Avengers won because they're smart. Mm-hmm. Like, they thought about it, and they had a plan. It was, like, sneaky, you know. They had to, like, sneak and get these stones. And, like, that's what they call, like, you know, Black Ops or you know, like, missions that are, like, not just fucking nuking each other. You know what I mean? Like sneaking into, like, a building and stealing the code or whatever. You know, like... You have to be strategic when you're in war. Like, you can't just always be, like, the brute, you know?
That scene was also, like, the scene with all the women was similar to, like, Infinity War when, like, that one woman was like talking to Wanda, and she was like, he'll die alone, like just like you. Mm-hmm. And then like Black Widow comes up behind her and is like, she's not alone. And just they all, and like,
yeah.
The woman from Black Panther was there too. And I all start like fucking.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
A lot of people are like, oh, that's like feminist propaganda. It's like, you know what? Fuck you.
So what if it is?
Yeah, like it's like good. Like that's a good thing. Like,
I love me some feminist propaganda. Dude. Seriously. That was great. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. I want to see a whole movie with just those women like all teaming up. That'd be super cool. There's a comic book run like that. I think it's called like A-Force or something.
Oh yeah.
But it's like all the women of the Avengers like teaming up
and
hanging out and kicking ass and stuff.
It's like Birds of Prey. But like...
Yeah, it's like Birds of Prey, but for like Marvel. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Thanos gets the gauntlet, tries to use it, but can't because Tony has took the stones. So he tries to snap. He thinks he won, and then he's like, "Wait, what?" And all the stones are gone. Tony literally sucked them up with his fucking robot tiny, what were they called? Nanotech. His nanobots suck the stones up. He takes on the stones. I mean, holy shit, dude! Like, what the fuck is even going on at this point? You're just like, I'm in disbelief at this moment. At this point, because like they set it up earlier. Like Hulk's the only one who can do it and survive. Like Tony's gonna sacrifice himself at this point. You're just like, oh shit, here it comes. And when he said like, I am Iron Man, I fucking cracked a fucking big tear, dude. Because the
whole time Thanos thinks he's so fucking cool. He's like, I'm inevitable. Or whatever. Yeah. It's like, fuck you, dude. And then like Iron Man is just like, well, I'm Iron Man. Like,
yeah, it was the perfect rebuttal.
Yeah.
Like the perfect reply. Like the dialogue in this movie was really good too.
This movie changed my perspective about a lot of characters for me because I really didn't like Iron Man for like a long time.
Same, yeah.
Like I even like into this movie, like when he's like all like arguing with them about like what to do or whatever. It's like, oh my god, like and being all like difficult and everything. It's like, what the fuck,
really
dude?
Arrogant.
Like, and then but yeah, like it really changed my perspective on him. Like I really like him, admire him now. Like I can like see,
I like when Rocket was like, you're only the smartest man on this planet or something. Like he said something to that effect. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like Tony actually isn't like the smartest guy ever. Like he's just like the smartest guy on Earth.
Yeah.
Like nanotech and stuff has been a thing for like a long time, like on other planets and stuff, like probably. Mm-hmm. So he is really super smart. So I mean, he deserves some of that arrogance. But yeah, I was always thinking like Tony is just a little too arrogant, a little too quippy, a little too jokey, for my taste. But yeah, in this movie, he really showed his true colors.
Oh my god,
he
we've been talking for 47 minutes.
Yeah. Hopefully we can keep this thing under an hour.
Oh my god.
But yeah, moving on. He takes the stones, and he snaps his fingers. All of Thanos gets to watch all his troops be fucking dusted.
So good.
Which is like really sad, like I feel for Thanos, honestly. Like
I don't.
He's a huge asshole, and I hate him. But like it was just sad to see like him just like accept his like
no, it
fate.
was so lit. Like that scene brought me so much joy.
I mean, I'm glad it happened. Don't get me wrong. Like I would have done the exact same thing, but like it's just sad to me. Like
no, because it's like he was willing to do that to everyone else. Like, and he did do that to everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like.
But it's kind of like, just like, I wish he could have been redeemed, or I wish something could have happened. Because, I mean, like, Nebula's done horrible things, and Gamora's done, like, horrible things. They've murdered, like, family men and stuff, like, and, like, we forgive them. Like, they're, like, on the team now.
But, Nebula and Gamora were, like, influenced by Thanos.
Yeah, but they're also adults. They can make their own decisions.
Well, they were, like, raised by him, they're, like, children.
Well, who was Thanos raised by?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know. I mean, there's still so many questions about Thanos' origin. Let's see. So Thanos, he just sits down and he's, he almost like fucking looks like he's about to break out into tears. Like he's so fucking like the motion capture performance on his face is so subtle. Josh Brolin and all the animators who worked on Thanos, they did such a good job bringing that performance to life. Mm-hmm. So absolutely incredible. Thanos gets fucking dusted. Kind of reminded me of like Harry Potter when fucking Voldemort gets fucking dusted.
Yeah. Which
I didn't like in Harry Potter because that's not what happened in the book. Mm-hmm. But like with this, obviously it makes sense. Thanos just floats away. Thanos things start to slow down. We see all the returned heroes at Tony's funeral. It's just sad. He's got like the Tony Stark has a heart thing, and they send him out on the lake or whatever. Mm-hmm. So good, classy funeral. Tony has like a little message that he recorded, in the event of his death, and he says like goodbye to his daughter and stuff, and that was emotional. I was crying during all this part. I was just like, this is so fucking sad. But satisfying at the same time. And then just when you think the movie's over and like they've done enough, they do the whole part where Cap's gonna return the stones. And he misses his fucking jump back, and we're like, oh fuck, is he okay? Like, and then we see Cap on a bench, and he's smaller, he's an old man, dude. And I was like, oh fuck, they did not just fucking kill Iron Man, fucking kill Black Widow, and now they're gonna hit us with this shit, like. That was like something. I mean, I'm glad it happened because obviously he got to live a beautiful life.
No, that was the best. Like that was the best outcome for Cap that Definitely. I could imagine.
It was just sad to me though because I was just like, man, like I'm really gonna miss Cap. You know what I mean? Like
this is it.
This is it. That's it. Yeah, I love Captain America and I'm just gonna miss him, dude. Chris Evans did such a great job with the role, and fuck, dude, like movie event of the fucking decade, dude. Oh, holy shit, like. The culmination of 11 years of films, like, wow.
And, like when you see like Cap's like wedding ring, and oh my god, and then he passes like the shield to like Sam, like
Yeah.
That
was so good.
And then so good. Like he gives like the shield to Sam, and like you see like his wedding ring, and you're like, he got married, but like you don't know who he's married to yet until and then Sam was like, how is your life? He was just like, it was beautiful. It's like. I was like inconsolably like crying like at this part.
Yeah. Holy shit.
It was so good. Oh my goodness. It was amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, did we miss anything? Is there anything else? Because like the movie ends on a shot of them dancing. Like he finally gets this fucking dance, dude. And then they kiss, and the movie literally ends.
Yeah, it ends with them like lips like touching, and
embracing.
Then it's over. Him and Peggy. And
I'm sure we're missing a few things, but those are the main beats, and
that's all. Like it's just so fitting because like that's what like Cap like wanted, like like this whole time, and like there's like jokes and stuff like throughout the movie, or like Black Widow's always trying to give him like date, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's always just like like no,
not
like
really,
you know what I mean?
Not really into it, yeah.
And then it's like he gets to be with like who he like really truly like wants to be with like at the end,
So good.
Like it's
so
like it's
good.
so like like it's just like. Like, don't get, like, it's just like,
it's like, don't go into this theater if you're not prepared to fucking cry your fucking eye sockets out.
I feel like even if you don't really, like have seen all the Marvel movies, I mean, you definitely should watch them before, but, like,
definitely.
Maybe if you've just seen, like, Captain America, like, I feel like you'll still, like this movie, kind of.
I mean, it's just such an assault on the senses, in a good way. It's just, it's like, it's so bombastic. It's insane. Am I using that word right? Bombastic?
We have like two.
It means like high sounding but with little meaning, inflated. Okay, no, never mind. It's not bombastic. I just like that word. I wish that word meant something else.
It's like fantastic, like wonderful.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Incredible. Phenomenal. Like
phenomenal.
Never like
excellent.
Nothing is gonna like be as good as this for like a really long time. Like it's gonna like like.
Yeah, I mean people really got to step up their game after this. I mean yeah, because like filmmakers, They got a lot to live up to these days. I mean, there's so many. It's just wow.
Like the story was just so beautiful and worked so well together.
Yeah. Oh man.
And like it's just so good. I can't talk about it.
I'm excited to see it again.
Yeah, I want my dad to come visit us in St. Louis, and I want to go take my dad to see it.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I think he'd like it a lot. I really just want it to be on video so I can scrub through the frames and watch each individual shot and do it on my own time. Because like I want to deconstruct this thing piece by piece and just like, I'm so excited for the Blu-ray to come out and like listen to the commentary and like watch like the behind the scenes and like the gag reel and it's gonna be so good. There's so much more content on the way. That's the exciting thing. Is like, and there's Homecoming's coming out in a few months or whatever, and Spider-Man's back and. I love when he had his instant kill mode turned on.
Yeah.
And those little spider spikes were just like spiking everyone. That was really dope. The sound design was incredible in this movie. Hats off to all the sound people. I mean, what a juggling act. I mean, fuck. Like, everyone, thousands and thousands and thousands of artists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Went into making this, and it's just incredible. I mean, freaking Robert Downey Jr. was reportedly, and this isn't confirmed, but reportedly paid $200 million for this in Infinity War. And
I mean, it's like totally like yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's like, I mean, yeah, they need him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he totally like deserves every fucking penny.
Yeah, I hope he spends it well, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. I mean, holy shit, this movie's gonna make so much money. I mean, it already has. I think it made like $170 million in its opening day.
Like, just think about like all those, nuts. Like every single character, like even like the smaller characters that don't really like speak much, like, you know, like imagine like just how much money, because like they're all necessary. Like, you can't do like this movie without like everyone.
The only person they recast 2 people in the Marvel universe that I know of. There's probably other smaller castings, but 2 main people they recast were Terrence Howard as Don Cheadle, War Machine, and Bruce Banner. He used to be Ed Norton. Now he's Mark Ruffalo. But he's only in 1 movie, and no one really cared about the movie anyway. But yeah, like, the continuity's been so strong.
Yeah, like, that's like the biggest thing that really I really enjoy about Marvel, opposed to DC, is because like Marvel, like the cinematic like universe, and like every Marvel movie that comes out like is like in, you know, like lines up with all like each other.
You know why that is? Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin Feige, thank you so much, dude.
Seriously.
From the bottom of my freaking heart. Like,
you had such an amazing, like, spectacular, like he seriously like carved out like a whole new like.
You set the bar, dude.
Yeah, set the bar. Like, that's.
I know you're not watching this, but if you ever do, like, just thank you, dude. Like, you fucking did it. You know.
He did it.
And like, that's what DC needs so sorely, is that they need a Kevin Feige. They need someone to come in there and be like, this is how we're doing it. It's this way.
Can Kevin like just like
take over the DC?
Yeah, like
after this, yeah, please.
DC, like, honestly, like, please. I love DC. Like, I love the DC comics.
Me too.
I love the DC characters.
Yeah.
But their like cinematic universe is just so like shit.
It's
awful.
Shit in a bucket, dude.
Like, it's like the worst. It's so shameful because it's so sad.
Yeah.
Because it's like a big fucking shame, because like their characters are amazing.
Yeah.
And like they're like, you know, and it's like so upsetting that there's like.
Yeah, Batman's still my favorite character.
Yeah.
But I mean, Cap is coming close now. You know, I love Captain America.
Yeah, I love Captain America.
I mean, I didn't know who the fuck Captain America was before the Avengers movies started coming out. I was always a DC, you know, person, and still am. But after this series, you're like, wow, like, just puts everything into context for you. And Batman will always be my favorite superhero, but like, man, Marvel's really killing the game right now.
Yeah.
And just one day, hopefully, someone will step up and take the, you know, take the bull by the horns and actually make DC into something valuable.
I think one of the biggest things, especially about making like superhero movies, is that you want to make your superheroes like really like good, like at like their core, like, you know.
That's what Zack Snyder ultimately did not understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like, Batman, like, I mean, in the comics, you know, like, he's good, like, at his core and everything, but like in like Ben Affleck, like, you know,
and
like,
in the Chris Nolan movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Dark Knight and stuff.
Yeah, like you want to make.
Bruce Wayne is good.
Yeah, you want to make your like heroes like good, like at their core, like, you know what I mean, like strong, like reliable, like stable, like hopeful, like people,
inspiring people.
Yeah, and like Zack Snyder just like shit all over that with like Batman.
He's trying to be an edgelord.
Yeah, and it's like that doesn't. I mean, I guess that works for some people, but like that doesn't work with like iconic. Like,
it doesn't work for the majority of people.
Yeah.
Most people want to see.
It's cringy. Like, it's cringy.
It's cringy. Yeah.
Like,
most people want to see Batman as this like heroic, stable, you know, interesting, thoughtful, provocative character. They don't want to see Batman with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's dumb. Like, get over yourself. Like, Batman is not that. If you want to go do that, you know, go do the Punisher or something else. There's already plenty of characters like that. But Batman is not one of them. And it's just, it's so hurtful and disheartening to see DC damage their brand. They're literally damaging this extremely lucrative, extremely compelling intellectual property that they own. And they're doing damage to it. They're making it worth less and less in the public's mind. I mean, I'm always going to be all for Batman, but you ask the random person on the street these days who Batman is, they're going to be like, oh, that guy who, Murder Man, you know, he fucking zooms in and fucking shoots you with his fucking car or whatever. Like, they're not going to... The public consciousness of Batman is shaped by the media that is produced by Warner Brothers. So it's extremely important that they get this shit together ASAP, cast a new Batman, make this new Batman movie good, and start fresh, because that's the only way they can save themselves from this fucking disaster.
Yeah, it's like really sad.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about DC too much because this is about Endgame, but yeah, we're both huge fans of DC. There's so much potential there, and love to see it done to this level.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine?
Maybe in like 10 years, like we'll be like old.
Kevin Feige should do it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why not? He's not. Kevin Feige's like, how old is Kevin Feige? He's still got time, dude. He could do a whole nother DC. See, he could spend the next 10 years doing DC. He's only 45 years old. This man is 45 years old. That's still young, dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's got plenty of time.
He has like at least like 20 more years.
That's crazy to me that he's 45. He looks older.
Yeah,
he's only 45 years old. And he accomplished this. He started this when he was 35. Like, I gotta get my shit together, dude. I'm gonna be 25 next month. So in 10 years, I have to start my own cinematic universe.
Yeah.
Or else, I got 10 years to get my shit together and start a cinematic universe. Because, like, this guy's putting us all to shame, dude. For real. He set the bar so goddamn high. Like, fuck you, Kevin Feige. Fuck you so much. I love you.
But in a good way.
Yeah, seriously. Like, you deserve all the good stuff in your life that's happening to you right now. You deserve every single piece of it. I'm so in love with this movie.
Like, all the money that he's making right now, he deserves every penny.
Seriously.
Like, he deserves...
Hope you spend it well, dude.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Shit. You're fucking excellent. And everything... The cast was all excellent. I love how they did, like, the whole, like, signature thing at the end.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're so right. Like, I loved that. Like,
with the silhouettes.
I
was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, like, because it went through, like, all the characters, like, you know, like, and then the end, it was, like, you know, like, the main, like Avengers.
I've never seen that done in a movie before. I'm sure someone's done it. But like, that's so unique to me. Like, and it seems so obvious. Like, having your actors do their signature for their, like, role. Like, has no one ever done that before? That's such a great idea. I love it. It was so beautiful.
So beautiful.
It was so elegant and personal. And, like, just oh, God, I'm obsessed with this movie right now.
It's so good.
The score was fantastic, too. I'm trying to think of any kind of negatives I have about the film, like any kind of criticism.
A little, like, I guess, like, my one criticism would be, like, they spent too long, like, I didn't want to be, like, it was too funny sometimes, you know? Like,
yeah.
I kind of wanted it to be, like, just serious. Like,
that's kind of always a Marvel thing, is, like, the funny, you know?
But
a lot of it worked, like Thor's big belly.
Yeah,
I thought that was really funny.
It was fine for the most part, but there were just, like, sometimes where I just felt like it got dragged on for too long, or whatever. But that's, like, it. Like, that's the one thing I can really think of.
I think there might have been too many, like, wink-wink callback, like, line dialogue moments, where, like, you know, Falcon's, like, on your left, or whatever.
Oh, but I love those. I love that.
But it some of it works, some of it doesn't. Like, for me, I thought there was just a little bit too much of those, like, repeating lines. Because, like, we've all seen the movies. So, like, when we hear that line again, we're like, oh, that's from, you know, Winter Soldier when he said on your left, you know? And for me, it was like, it's kind of like, I don't know. They could have, like, not had that line for me, personally. But, I mean, or they could have taken out some other lines before, like, there were too many Back to the Future references, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, too many, like, jokey, like, what, we're really gonna do time travel?
But that's like the only thing I can say bad about it. Like, that's not even, that's like...
And that's such minor...
Yeah, like, it's like not even like... I mean, I guess it is worth mentioning, because, like, I mentioned it, but it's like, still, like, I feel like an asshole for, like, even saying anything negative about it.
Seriously, no, the movie is perfect.
Yeah, like, seriously.
Like, they could not have done any better on it. Like, anything that we don't like is just, like, our personal, like, thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure it worked for, like, a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, God, the movie's excellent. Like, Jesus, holy fucking Mother of Mary! Like, how do you make a movie like this? Like, I'm gonna be studying this. I'm gonna buy the book. I'm gonna, you know, with the artwork, the concept art.
Like, did Kevin Feige go to, like, school for, like, film? Like, what is going, like, or is he just
He was just born a fucking legend, dude.
Oh my God.
Like, he was just born a fucking total OG motherfucker. Like, just hats off to him. Hats off to the whole cast, the whole crew.
Anyone who worked on this movie.
Anyone who had anything to do with this movie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like, you fucking killed it. Like, holy shit.
You deserve all the fame, all the recognition.
Oh, man.
Anything that you get, like good in, like, a positive way from this movie, you deserve it.
Oh, yeah. Big time. I mean, I'm just trying to think of, like, closing thoughts. Is there anything that you wanted to, like, mention? Or, like, you said earlier you wanted to talk about the characters or something?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, like, I'll just, like, give my general opinion about, like, Thanos or whatever, but I feel like I already did.
Okay.
Wanda, I'll talk about Wanda for a second because I don't think we mentioned Wanda at all. Wanda's like one of my favorite characters, and like just seeing her in this movie was like so lit. Like the part when she comes back from like the disappeared or whatever, you know, and she like goes up to Thanos. And she was like, "You took everything from me," and he was like, "I don't even know you," and she was like, "You will," and like she just like her
She's
powers.
so powerful.
I love Wanda like so much.
Yeah, she has so much power. It's crazy. And like, man, I'm just really looking forward to the future of the MCU now.
I like Wanda because she's also, when she was younger, she's like a political like activist. You know, she was like protesting and stuff.
Oh right, when she got experimented on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then like she just like grown so much as a character, like, you know, because like kind of before she was like not on their side and everything.
Yeah, that's true. She was like a villain at the start.
Yeah, and then now she's like this like badass like hero, like, you know. It's so lit. I love Wanda like so much. Like,
are you excited about the Fox acquisition by Disney?
Yeah,
that means they can bring all the, you know, Wanda and her brother were originally mutants.
Yeah.
Before, but they couldn't call them mutants in Avengers because they didn't have the rights. But now they do have the rights to the X-Men. Now they can start bringing the X-Men into the Avengers, which I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the Spider-Man stuff. It's just gonna be really interesting from here on out, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. But at the same time, I'm like ready to take a break. Like,
yeah, I almost don't want to. Like anything that Marvel makes like from now on is almost just like, what's the point? But it's like I'm honestly gonna watch it. It's obviously still gonna be good.
It's a new era.
But yeah, but like after that, it's like
the end of a book, and like now there's a new book. Like each movie was like a different chapter in the first book. But this book, you know, that's just, they closed the book on this one. They closed it. It was fucking crazy.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was such an event. I'm so glad I was around to witness it.
Yeah, we're like prime like age like right now too. Like I'm happy that we're not like 50, like, you know.
Yeah, Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah.
The same year The Dark Knight came out. And I saw it in the theater, dude. You know, and I've seen every single movie in the theater since then. I
didn't start getting into superheroes until I was like 16, and I got into DC first, and I like read like a bunch of Harley Quinn comics and Batgirl comics and stuff like that, and then watched like Suicide Squad when it came out in the theater. Yeah. And then after that, I started getting into like Marvel. Like I watched Civil War in the theater when it came out, but I watched like everything else like you know, like on video, like by myself.
Yeah. My friend Chase, he had never seen any of the Marvel stuff until like I think like last year, like he started watching them, but he watched them all in chronological order, like starting with like I don't know which one he started with, but whichever one. It's like Captain America, you know, first Avenger, and then he watched like all of Peggy Carter, like all the TV shows too, like everything. Like there's a website that compiles everything in chronological order.
That's like so much time.
So he watched it in time with the characters, and then he just saw Endgame. He works at a movie theater in LA, and he got to see it a little bit early, and he was like, "Dude, prepare yourself." He was like, "I'm not going to tell you anything, but it's my new favorite movie." I'm like, "Oh shit, dude." So yeah, I was prepared, but I wasn't. I mean, I don't think anyone could be prepared for that.
Yeah, and I went into it kind of just being like, I don't like whatever
I thought
happens,
I was prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever happens, like I just trust them. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be like too sad. And like I guess that was true because like, you know, even though they killed like Black Widow, like because I kind of knew they were gonna kill Tony, but like I was unexpected. But like Black Widow dying was like unexpected to me.
Yeah.
And, like, even like when it was like, you know, I was still, you know, like no, like that was so like correct, like, you know, that like had to happen, you know, like someone had to die, like an Avenger like had to die, like, you know what I mean? True. Like, I mean, like, you know,
it's so true.
Yeah, so like it's sad that it was her and she's like
multiple Avengers. I mean, even Cap, I mean, he didn't die, but he basically he's an old man, so it's like I wasn't expecting that. That really hit me where I live. And yeah, it was so thrilling. I can't say enough good things about it.
It's been an hour. And
yeah, we're going to be talking for as long as the movie's runtime. I mean, we could talk about this all day, but yeah, we got other things to do. I'm glad you guys watched it all the way through our review to this point. That's crazy. Just hearing us talk about it.
Yeah, if you're still here, like, wow,
yeah, like whoa.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. We just really needed to get this off our chest and like and like document ourselves like at this time and at this point in our lives.
Yeah.
This was seriously like such a piece of history, and everyone was there to witness it together. And just I think these kinds of movies just bring the human race like together as a collective whole, unlike anything else. So I mean, this is why I make movies. This is why I do what I do. So it just reaffirms everything that I've, believed, and just reaffirms all my, like, faith in, like, humanity and in filmmaking and just in life in general. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I had to say for now.
Me too.
I want to make, like, Lego videos about it. Like, little, like, Avengers talking, little parodies. That'd be fun. I'm just so psyched for Avengers now. Like, oh, man, it's just...
That's so good.
Man, thoroughly enjoyed it. I guess we'll sign off now.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.